Come again. My name is Yetunde and you're on to Yetunde Odusami TV. Today we will be crocheting arts. But before then, I would just like to show you what we were making yesterday. Okay. So it is now 7 inches long. 7 inches long. So that's why I stopped. If you want it wider, you can go ahead and make it wider, but this is where I'm going to stop for this. And now today we're going to make a matching art. Okay. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Please do like, share, and subscribe. To my old subscribers, I want to say a very big thank you to you all. Okay, thank you. So today we're going to start with the art, but before we do, I'll also show you what we did a day before about the stitches so that you would know the stitches we'll be using for today. So we did the slip knot, slip stitch, the slip, is it this one? I think I've missed one. Okay, I found it. So we remember we did the slip stitch, we did chain and a slip stitch to do this. Then we did a single crochet. We make a chain as the base and we make a single crochet. Then we went ahead, we make the half double crochet stitches. We also did the double crochet stitch. And then we did a triple. Okay. So for today's project, we will be using the single crochet, the slip knot, and we're going to be using the half double crochet. So come along with me. If you don't understand it right now, don't worry, you will get it. And I will continue to use the same hook I used yesterday, so which is 6 mm. I'm just looking for it. This is 6.5. Hold on, please. I'm just trying to look for my hook. I think it's the 5. No, I think it's the 5 mm we used yesterday. Remember, we used the 5 mm, and I've got my scissors. I've got my tape rule. You need your yarn to start this project. Your scissors, your hook, and your tape rule. Okay. If you want it bulky, you need to double your yarn if you're using the lightweight yarn. But I'm using the chunky yarn, so I don't need to. So, but before we start, I just want to show you how I'm going to be ending this project. Okay. So let's take it. Okay. I will just I'll leave some thread because I might decide to put this pom-pom, you know, from the art I showed you yesterday. I might decide to put this at the end, so I'm going to leave a bit of yarn at the end, so that in case whatever I decide, I will have enough yarn to use. Okay, so I'm just gonna, all I need to do at the end, once you end it, what's happening to the scissors? Okay, then you pull the other part away, and now you've got this. All you need to do is pull. I think I didn't hand it. Sorry about that. I did hand it before I snap it. I can correct that. It's okay. I think I left it to correct it to finish up with you guys. That's why. So I just pull it like that. So this is where you would need the darn needle, like this, to run it through. If you want to end it this way, then you just need to put in the down needle and run it through your work. But if not, I'm going to leave it like this for now, okay, because I might decide to put a pom-pom. So that go to the side. I'm just going to fold this to the side. So now we begin with our art. Okay, to start with the art, what we need to do is the same method. Remember, we use the chain as a base of all our projects. So to start with the art as well, we start the same way we start yesterday to make the scarf. So take your yarn like so, round it round your hand, fingers, put your needle hook in that way, and so now we're going to make a chain. Because see, I'm using the chunky yarn. Normally if I'm using the DK yarn, the double knit yarn, I will be making 41 chain. But with this, I'm just going to measure 9 inches. Once I have 9 inches, for 7 years to 10 years old, be using 9. You can use 7 to 9 inches. I will be going on the higher side because my boy is tall. So I'll measure so that I don't make too much chain and then have to lose back. So I'm going to use 9. No, it's between 8.5 centimeter to 9 centimeters. So I've got 9. Okay. Because my boy is tall, I'm just going to add a little bit, like 0.5 to it, because I want him to be able to fold it in. I'll measure again. Like I said, I will always put so I've got 9. Without stretching it, I've got 9. I'm going to stick with the 9. Okay, then now I make 2 more chain. Remember, we're using the double, half double crochet. So I just make 2 extra chain after the chain I made. So it was 9 inches long without stretching. Don't stretch it, just leave it on the table like so to measure. Leave it on the table like so to measure. So I measured, I had 9. So, and I add 2 inches to start my half double crochet. So now I'm just going to go into the third stage and start my half double crochet like so. So if you need me to slow down, I can. Just gonna raise this so you can see my face. Okay. So I'm gonna continue the half double crochet until I get to like 8 chain before I stop. Let's go. I'm gonna tell you what you're going to do when you get there. So by now you should know how to make half double crochet. We did that yesterday. If you need me to slow down to show you, to make the half double crochet is just for you to grab your yarn, take a loop into the next stitch, grab your yarn again. Now you have 3 loops, 1 2 3, and pull all in. I'm going to do that again. Grab your yarn into the stitch, the chain stitch, grab another yarn all through the 3 loops. I know that we can't chat with me at the moment because I know everyone will be busy trying it out. But after the video, kindly leave your comments, whatever you think, and do well to like, share, and subscribe. If you're just joining in, we just started, you've not missed a lot. You've not missed a lot at all. So remember that I'll count 8. I'll show you what to do. Count 8 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where my 8 stops. So I'm going to just put a marker stitch there. When we get there, I'll tell you what we're doing. Remember I said we're using 3 stitches today. So I'll show you what we'll be doing. So this is the 8th one now. Now I'm going to be using, I used a half double crochet here, and now I counted 8 chain stitch and I put my marker there. So what I intend to do, so that it will have that shape, you know, the cap shape, so it doesn't just get all puffy here. So what I'm just going to do is we're going to be used for 4 chain. We use the single crochet, then the next 4 chain we use the slip knot. So watch out what I'm going to do. That's why I said from the beginning we are going to be using 3 type of stitches. So with a single crochet, I don't need to grab my yarn. I just need to go into the stitch, then grab my yarn. I have two loops, 1, 2, grab my yarn and all in. Okay, that's 1, 2. The single crochet, you don't need to grab your yarn from the beginning. That's 2, 3, and 4. So the next, I did 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I did 5. So I'm going to lose it back. I did 5. So I lose it back just to have 1 more. So the next 4, I'm just going to do a slip knot. With a slip knot, remember, you don't grab your yarn as well, okay? You're in, then grab your yarn. With the same yarn you grab, then you pull through. Remember, don't grab your yarn, put it into the stitch, grab your yarn now. The same yarn you grab, you use it to pull it through. Grab your yarn and pull through. That's a slip knot. So the last knot is a bit tricky. Yeah, got it. So the same yarn you grab, just pull it through. So this is what you'll be having. So from here to here, we use the half double crochet. That will change the next 4 stitches will change to single crochet. Then the last bit we use a slip knot. Okay. So now I'm just gonna make a chain, turn my work. Remember, the last 4 is a slip knot. So we continue with the slip knot. In the same stitch, not on the chain, the next, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. And remember, we're using back loop. So in the, like that, not on the chain, okay? Then you grab it. The same yarn you grab, you use it to pull all the way through. Using only the back loop. Okay, for here, I'm gonna change my hook. It will be advisable to change your hook there because it's thinner. Is for the slip knot, because the knot there is much more smaller, so it's hard for my. So the same yarn, pull it in. That's 3, then 4 slip knots. Now we've got 4 now, if I'm not correct. 1, 2, 3. No, we've got 3. So the 4th one now. We're using only the back loop, remember? So that's 4. So for the next 4 is a single crochet. Into the back, pull your yarn, and now you pull another yarn to take it in. For the slip knots, you don't need to grab a yarn to, so you don't need to grab your yarn, just put it at the back loop there. Hi Carol, hi Afiatona. It's all right. I just started. I've only made 1 line. It's all right. So now grab my yarn. That's the second single crochet, the 3rd one, the 4th one. Okay. I'm just going to explain to you what I'm doing here now. Don't worry, you can watch the video again, then you'll get it. Now we're back to our half double crochet. Remember, only to the back loop, because we're making that rib design. All right, let me just explain what I've done so far for us just joining in. This length I'm making, because I'm making this for a 9-year-old boy. So the length I'm using is 9 inches, okay, 9 inches. Just measure the length 9 inches. Then you chain 2 and start with your half double crochet. Thank you, Afia. So you chain 2, then start with your half double crochet. Then I left 8. I used my stitch marker to mark where I will start with a single crochet and the slip knot. So I counted 8 chains, then put my slip knot, put my stitch marker, then the next 4 stitch I put the single crochet, the last 4 stitch I put the slip knots. Okay, because we want it to have that shape, that curve shape. We don't want it to, be bulky there. So now, from here now, I'm just going to do half double crochet all through. So don't worry. After the lesson, I will, like I did yesterday in the community post, I posted the chart size. So for these beanie art as well, I will be putting the chart size. So if you've not subscribed yet, do well to subscribe so that you have access to the community post. Subscription is free. So now I've got to the end. All I need to do is just chain 2. On this side, I chain 2, but on this side, I chain 1 to turn my work over because we did a slip knot here. Okay, now I chain 2, turn your work, grab your yarn. So don't make the mistake to put your next stitch into the first 2 chain, okay? It goes in the back loop of the stitch there, not the chain you just made. So be careful. Grab your yarn in, half double crochet, grab your yarn to the back loop, grab your yarn. You have 3 loops, 1, 2, 3. Grab your yarn all through in. If you need me to pause at any time, I can. Grab your yarn, the back loop, so that you don't get confused. Always put your stitch marker at the beginning of the where we change our stitches. Okay, I think it's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 here. The last 8 stitch there. That's where we change our. So grab your yarn, the back loop, pull out, pull in. Grab your yarn into the back loop, pull out, pull in. Grab your yarn into the back loop, grab your yarn. You have 3 loops, 1, 2, 3. Grab your yarn and pull all through. If you're not getting it, don't worry. As time goes on, it might not look neat, but practice make perfection, like I said, so don't worry. 1, 2, 3 loops, grab your yarn all the way through. Grab your yarn, the back loop, grab your yarn all the way through. Keep doing that till you get to your stitch, stitch marker. Grab your yarn, back loop, grab your yarn. You've got 3 loops, grab your yarn again and all through. So this is our last half double crochet. So now the next one, I'm just going to take my stitch marker off, and now we're changing to the single crochet. Okay, the next 4 stitch will be single crochet. The single crochet, you don't need to grab your yarn. Okay, no, you just put it behind the back loop, grab your yarn. Now after grabbing your yarn for single crochet, you grab your yarn again and in. For single crochet, you will only have 2 loops, okay? You don't need to grab your yarn. Go to the back loop, then grab your yarn. For single crochet, you have 2 loops. 1, 2, okay? Grab your yarn and pull. I'm just going to put my stitch marker there so that I don't. So that's 2. Put your hook in the back loop, grab your yarn. Now you have 2 loops. 1, 2. Grab your yarn, then into it like that. So now that's the 3rd one. The 4th one, don't need to grab your yarn. Just put it behind the back loop. Grab your yarn. For this is single crochet, and that's why we're having 2 loops. 1, 2. Grab your yarn all the way through. So that's 4. Now we're going changing into the slip knot. This is where I'm going to change my hook. So just get something, a hook smaller than what you've been using, because the slip knot with this is hard to go through, okay? So that's why I'm changing my hook with a slip knot. Now the same thing we did with a single crochet. You don't need to grab your yarn, no. Just go into the back loop, then grab your yarn. When you grab your yarn, you have two loops. But the difference with slip knot is that you don't grab another yarn, no. You use the same yarn you grab and pull through. Did you understand that? Let me do that again. So this is the next 4 stitches we're using slip knots. And with that, we're not grabbing any yarn. We're just going into the back loop, grab your yarn with the same yarn you grab and pull through. Okay? The next one, back loop, grab your yarn. The same yarn you grab, you pull through. Again, to the back, loop, grab your yarn. The same yarn which you grab, you just pull through. The last one now. It's a bit tight because it's at the end. It's okay. So the back loop, pull your yarn and the same yarn you pull. Because we want it to have that shape, you know, the shape of your head. You don't want it to just go like that. That's why we're changing our yarn, our stitches here. So now you chain 1, turn your yarn, and you do the same slip knot. Not into the chain, into the stitch, the back loop stitch, okay? Then grab your yarn and pull all the way in. Back loop, grab your yarn. The same yarn which you grab, you use it to pull all the way through. Okay, that's number 2. That's number 3 now. Remember, we're doing 4 of it. So back loop, pull your yarn. With the same yarn which you pull it all the way through. Okay, that's 3. Then the 4th one. To the back loop, grab your yarn. The same yarn which you grab, you pull all the way through. Okay, that's all for the slip knot. Now we're going to do the single. With the single as well, you don't need to grab your yarn in the beginning, no. Just put it in the back loop, then grab your yarn. You have 2 loops, 1, 2. Then grab, with the single crochet, you grab another yarn into it. Okay? That's 1, 2. Grab your yarn, grab another one in. With single crochet, you have 2 loops, then you grab and in. Okay? Now we are on to the, I'm just going to take in my stitch marker and put it at the top like that, like so. So now we begin with a half double crochet. So you grab your yarn to the back loop, grab your yarn again. Now you have, with a half double crochet, you have 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. Grab your yarn all the way through. Grab your yarn, the back loop, grab your yarn again. You have 3 loops, you know, then you pull all through. So you continue like so. If you need me to slow down, just put in the comment section. Or you can always go back and watch the video again. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you have not. Thank you. That way you're supporting me. That's a way of you telling me thank you. Remember, on this channel, we don't gatekeep. We tell it all, okay? All you need to do is just subscribe. Then you have access to the community post. It's free of charge to subscribe. It's free. So we just keep doing the same thing till you get the length that wraps around your head or the measurement of whoever you're doing it for, okay? You just need to measure their head to know. If you're just joining in, we're making a hat. So on this side of the yarn of our work or project, we're making 2 chain before we turn over, okay? Because here we do it using the half double crochet. So do well to stick around to the end. I will show you how to add in the pom-pom. I hope I have the color that fits. So you're gonna keep carrying on till we get to the stitch marker there, yeah? Okay. Carol said, how do you keep the edges straight? Okay. Do you mean this edge? That's why we chain 2 before we turn our work over, if that's what you mean. But yeah, it's not gonna be, it's not straight. If you say a project is not straight, it's giving us that curve shape because of we're using the single crochet and the slip knot there. But if, I guess you're talking about here. Okay, you said yes. Yeah, it's because you have to make 2. After you get to the end, make 2 chain. 1, 2, then turn your work over. Just wait, when I finish this roll, I will do it again. So keep watch. I will emphasize it again when I get there, okay? Don't worry. Remember, it's only going into the back loop. So now we are on the I'm gonna lose it back. I think I did. So now we are on the single crochet. Okay, so I'm gonna just take the back loop. So now with a single crochet, I'm not grabbing my yarn. You take no grabbing of yarn. Put it at the back of the loop, then grab your yarn. You have 2 loops, 1, 2. Okay, then you grab another yarn and pull all the way through. That's a single crochet. Okay, again, that's 1. Okay, let me not forget my stitch marker. So I put my stitch marker so I don't miss it the next time I'm there. So now again, for the single crochet, you put it at the back loop, grab your yarn. You have 2 loops, 1, 2. Grab another yarn and all the way through. That's 2. Now we've got 4 of it. Okay, now for the slip knot, is for you the same thing we're doing. Go to the back loop, grab your yarn, but this time around with the same yarn you grab, you're not going to grab another yarn. No, the same yarn you grab, then you pull all the way through. Do you understand? The back loop, grab your yarn with the same yarn, then you pull through. That's 2. Now 3, grab your yarn with the same yarn you grab, pull through. Then the last bit now. The last bit is always difficult to go through. Don't worry, I'll fish it out. That's it there. Okay, just use a smaller hook to get it. Well done, guys. So now grab it. Now you just chain 1. Remember here you chain 2, but on this side you chain 1 because we use the slip knots there. So and then turn your work over. Remember don't put it in the chain you made. The next one, the next stitch. Then grab your yarn and use the same yarn to grab it in. Remember we're doing slip knot here. Be careful not to pull too hard so that you don't close up your thing there. I needed to. So the back loop, pull your yarn. Sorry, because I'm using a chunky yarn. All right, got it. With the same yarn, then you pull it. Then the 4th one now. to take off the stitch marker now. So now we're onto the half double crochet, okay? You're welcome, Carol. I hope we can all see what I'm doing. Now we're onto the half double crochet. Grab your yarn into the back loop. Remember, we're using only the back loop. Grab your yarn, the back loop, grab your yarn again, and all the way through. Grab your yarn again. For you to know that you're doing it right, for the half double crochet, you have 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then you know you're doing it right. Yeah, I forgot to show you yesterday. This is what I should have done yesterday instead of my yarn getting all clumsy together. So I did it before the lesson today. So try as much as possible to roll out your yarn. This way it's easier to work with when you roll it out. So that's just a tip for you. See, if you remember yesterday, I was struggling with the yarn because it was clumsy. It was all tied, knotted together. If you're new to this channel, my name is Yetunde, and you're on to Yetunde Odusami TV. So do well to like, share, and subscribe. That means a lot to me. So we're making a heart. If you're just joining in, we're making a heart, and we're using three stitches, 3 types of stitches. So for those just joining in, I'm going to explain this stage. It's for you to grab your yarn into the back loop, grab your yarn again, then you have 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. Grab your yarn and all the way through. Okay, grab your yarn to the last one there, grab your yarn, you have 3. Then grab your yarn all the way through. Now, we've got to the end of the art. So you grab your yarn and make a chain. 1, 2. Then you turn your work. Carol, can you see that? You turn your work. Then grab your yarn again, not into the 2 chains we just made, okay? Into the back loop, into this one, the back loop. Thank you, Carol. Please give me a thumbs up. Now we have 3 loops, then grab all in. Grab your yarn to the back loop, grab your yarn, you have 3 loops, all in. Grab your yarn to the back loop, grab your yarn, you've got 3, like so, okay? You continue till you get to the stitch marker, okay? Thank you. All right, Carol. Grab your yarn. So you do this until you get to your desired length, okay? Let's see how far we can go tonight. Remember, to have that rib effect, you have to always go into the back loop. Into the back loop. Don't worry if your work is not looking straight now. I can crochet. Okay. Aito. Now we're onto the single crochet, okay? To the back loop. Grab your yarn. You've got 2. Grab your yarn again into the 2 loops. Grab your yarn. Only into the back loop, okay? That's 3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we're there. So now we're onto the slip stitch, okay? Now you put at the back. Grab your yarn. The same yarn you grab with the slip stitch, the same yarn you grab, you use it to pull through. Okay, that's the slip stitch. Alright, so you're welcome to my channel. My name is Yetunde, and you're onto Yetunde Odusami TV. And here, I've got lots of creative skills to show. This month, we're into crocheting. Next month, we'll be going into blinging t-shirts. So do well to share, like, share, and subscribe. Now you grab your yarn, the same yarn you grab. Now for the last one. The last one is always difficult, isn't it? Don't worry. It's because my hook is a big hook, so. I'm sorry, that one is a bit hard for me. My kind of yarn is a funny yarn. You might also be having that difficulty. It's okay. Just try and get it. So I got it here. So now on this side of the arch, you chain 1, okay? Just 1 chain on the side of the, and don't, your next stitch should go into the next stitch, not the chain. Then grab your yarn. With the same yarn you grab, you go in. Don't know why it's I'm sorry about that. My yarn is a kind of slippery yarn. Yes, I'm tall. I am making a beanie art, yes. The rib one. So we're only going into the back stitch. Okay, just gonna see my work there, what's happening there. I think we're fine, good to go. It's because my yarn is a silky kind of yarn and woolly at the same time, so it's kind of clashing with my hook. So now we're onto the single crochet. Make sure you go into only the back. Now I'm going to remove my stitch marker and place it at the top. Yes, I'm making a beanie art. Yeah, you're correct. So now we're onto the double, the half double crochet stitch. You can see what we're making now. So it's beginning to have that curve shape. Because if we use the half double crochet all through, it's gonna be like too puffy there. You don't want that to happen. Okay, I'm using the right one. So for the half double crochet is for you to grab your yarn into the back loop, grab your yarn. You have 3 loops, 1, 2, 3. Grab your yarn all the way through. Okay. You have 3 loops there, all the way through. What do you want, Daniel?
Mom, I wanted to say that Caesar's gone into your room and he's and now I took the nightlight that Annie used to use for Caesar. Now Caesar's gone into your bed and then he disappeared. I don't know.
Don't worry, if he's in my room, leave him. When I'm ready, I will bring him out. Sorry guys, my son is just telling me that the cat went into my room. It's all right. So now we got to the last bit there. You chain 2, 1 and 2. Turn your yarn, turn your work, grab your yarn into the first stitch there, not the chain, into the first stitch there, the back loop. Grab your yarn and all the way through. Thank you, Carol. You got him out?
Mm-hmm.
Where's Sativa?
Or maybe she's in my room.
My cats, they love going into my room, but I don't always want them in there. I want them in the sitting room. When I'm not there, I don't want them there, except I'm in there. So now we've got to the stitch marker. And now we change to the single crochet, okay? Remember, with this single, you don't need to grab your yarn, no. Just go to the back loop, grab your yarn. You have 2 loops, 1, 2, grab your yarn and pull. Go into the back loop, grab your yarn. You have 2 loops, grab your yarn and all pull through. The back loop, oh, I just want to put a stitch because sometimes you can get confused. Always put your stitch marker there so you don't. Now that's the second single crochet, the third one now. Then the fourth. Is it? No, I think that's the fourth. Now with the slip knot. With the slip stitch, you just do the same, but with the same yarn which you grab, you pull through. Okay? That's the slip stitch. With the slip stitch, when you grab your yarn, with the same yarn, you pull through. Grab your yarn, with the same stitch, you pull through. The last one there is always hard. The last one there is always hard. Okay, I got it. You can change to the smaller yarn there to grab that. Okay. So I got it now. So remember to chain 1 on this side of the art. We chain 1, turn your yarn. Remember, when you're putting in your hook, not into the chain, into the stitch, the back loop. Okay, grab your yarn into the same one, second one, grab your yarn. The same yarn which you grab is what you're going to use to pull through. The third one now. Okay, grab your yarn and pull through. Now the fourth one. Into the back loop, grab your yarn. Okay. So now we go into we make the single crochet. Into the back loop, grab your yarn. Now you have 2 loops, grab another yarn and pull through this single crochet. Grab your yarn. That's the second one. The third one. Then the fourth one. We'll take off this. Don't forget to put your stitch marker because it can get confusing if you're using the same color through. So now onto the half double crochet now. Okay. By now you should know the half double crochet. With the half double crochet, you have 3 loops. Okay. So that's the last one. You chain 2 and turn your work. Then the back loop of the first stitch, if you're just joining in, we're making a beanie art, and we're using 3 types of stitches: the half double crochet stitch, the single stitch, and the slip stitch. So right now I'm using the half double. So the last 8 chain at the head will be changing our stitches. So we're going into the back loop so that we can have that ridge effect design. So now we've got to the single crochet. Take off your stitch marker. Now you have 2 loops. Grab another yarn in. Grab your yarn. It's 2. Before I forget. I always forget to put the stitch marker. Now 3, then 4. So I'm just going to change my hook because there is always tighter. Oh no, now we're going with the slip knot. Yeah. Two, 3, 4. Stitch 1, turn your yarn. Always remember, don't use the chain, you use the stitch. Sorry, I think I put that too hard. So okay. With the slip knot is a kind of it's kind of difficult, but it's okay. Now we're on to the single crochet. Three, 4. Just need to change your stitch marker to the top one. Now we're on to the double as of RMO. Good evening. Well done. Thank you. Now we're on to the half double crochet. What's that? What happened, Carol? He said, whoops. What happened? You see now that he's having that cuff shape. Yes, I dropped something. I dropped my hook. Oh, Carol, you're funny. So now we go to the end, chain 2, 1, 2. Turn your work. Turn your work, grab your yarn into the first stitch, the back loop. Carol. Remember, we're only putting it into the back loop only, okay, to have that rib effect. If you look at it, you'll see that that design coming up. That's why we're having this design, because we are using only the back loop, okay? So always remember to go into the back loop only. If not, you're going to change the design. Close the kitchen. Don't let the cats into the kitchen.
Mom, you need to sort Faith out because she did giant poo.
Oh dear. Don't.
Yeah.
I'm live.
There wasn't any tissue for. Yeah, I put the tissue there.
Okay, thank you.
And I put two of them.
Okay.
The tissue's not
Thank you. Thank you for that. Close the door to the kitchen. Don't let the cats in.
I don't want them to get out because everyone will be so upset with me.
Yeah, Carol, you said what size hook are you using? I'm using the 5 mm, 5.0 mm. But when I get to this slip stitch, I'm changing into the 4.5 because, you know, it's a bit tiny on the side. So you do whatever is comfortable for you. It's because I'm using a chunky yarn. That's why I'm using 5.0. So it depends on your yarn. So on the back of your yarn, there's always a suggestion on the pack that will tell you what hook you can use for that yarn. So do well to read the label. But if you double your yarn, then you have to decide what to use yourself. Now we've got to the single crochet. I take off the stitch marker, put on the table, to the back loop. Now with the single crochet, if you're just joining it, we're not grabbing a yarn, okay? We're just going into the back loop before we grab the yarn. Then you have 2 loops. Then you grab another yarn to pull through, all 2 loops through. Okay, again, to the back loop, grab your yarn. You have 2 loops, grab your yarn, all through. Again, oh, don't let me forget my stitch marker. Okay, so this is the 3rd one, then the 4th one. So now we're onto the slip stitch. With the slip stitch, I'm just going to change my hook, okay, because it's tinier. Then go to the back, grab your yarn, or with the same yarn you grab, you use it to pull through, okay? Into the back loop again, grab your yarn, the same yarn you pull through. Grab your yarn, the same yarn you pull through. The last one there, grab your yarn and pull through. Then make a chain and turn your work. The next stitch should be not the chain, the first one there. Grab your yarn and slip through. Grab your yarn. That's the 2nd one. The 3rd one, I know it's kind of tricky here, but just have to. Grab your yarn and slip through. So the last one now, grab your yarn and slip through. That's the 4th one. Now we're moving into the single crochet. Go to the back loop, grab your yarn. You have 2 loops, grab another one and into the 2 loops. Okay, the next one, grab your yarn, grab another one in, grab your yarn, grab another one in. So this is the last one. So don't forget to put your stitch marker because you can easily make mistakes if you do. So now we're onto the half double crochet. You grab your yarn into the back stitch. With the half double crochet, you have 3 loops. Okay, grab your yarn into the back loop, grab your yarn. Now you have 3 loops. Grab your yarn and pull all through. Grab your yarn into the back loop, grab your yarn. You've got 3 loops. Pull through. Daniel?
Yes?
Bring my charger.
Oh, okay.
Under my table. Grab your yarn, the back loop. If you need me to pause at any time, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget my like this video. If you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. That way you're helping your girl. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And that's a way of, to thank me for sharing this skill. And do well as well to watch after the live and comment. Because all these comments does not show after the live. So comment. You can also tag me your work so that I can see what you've been making in these tutorials. I would love to see your work. So after this art, we're going to be making a dress. So you don't want to miss out the next lesson. You don't want to miss out. So with this art, come in. Come in.
Mom, can you help me get the toothpaste out?
Okay.
I can't remember.
Hold on, please. I need to help my little girl. That's it.
Thanks, Mommy.
You're welcome. Be careful.
I'm coming, my boy.
Thank you, Carol. So now make a chain and 2 chains. Turn your yarn. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just want to plug in. Good night. Just want to plug in my phone. Okay. I'm here with you. So we chain 2, we turn our work. Now into the first stitch, the back loop, okay? Grab your yarn, you have 3 loops. Then grab another one. The back loop, grab your yarn, you have 3 loops. 1, 2, 3, grab your yarn, pull all the way through. Okay. Carol, I've got 4 children, 2 older ones and 2 younger ones. So it's the 2 younger ones that's always always coming to ask questions. The 2 you'll be finding 2 in my videos because the other 2 are older and they don't want to be in any of my videos. But in most of my videos, you will see the 2 younger ones. And I want to encourage you all to please watch my videos. That way you're helping me reach the 4,000 watch hours. And please make sure to watch to the end. And that way I can grow on this platform.
Is my charger broken or something?
Is it broken? No, it's not.
Okay.
But you have to put, when you put it into your iPad, you have to be careful. Don't poke it, just put it gently, okay? All right, remember we're only putting into the back loop. Until we get to the stitch marker. Now we are the stitch marker. I'll take my stitch marker and put on my table. Now we don't need to grab, okay, for the single crochet. You just put your hook in the next stitch, then grab your yarn. You have 2 loops. Grab another yarn and pull through. So you do that to the next 4. To the next 4 stitch, okay? I think that's the 4th one. So now the next 4, we do the slip stitch. Still using the back loop, okay? But with the same yarn you grab, you pull all the way through, okay? That's the difference between the single crochet and the back loop. So the last one now, only into the back loop. Got it. Okay, now stitch chain 1 and turn your work into the next stitch. You continue with the slip stitch. So that's the last 4. So now we're going to the single. Carol said that's okay. I have 7 older ones. Wow. Wow. You're a strong woman to have 7. Wow. With these 4, it's a lot of work. Wow, you're 76. Wow, well done. And now we're on to the single crochet. To the back loop, we have 2 loops. Grab another one in. When they are older, it's much easier, isn't it, Carol? That's 3, then the 4th one. Not again. Now we're on to the half double crochet. Grab your yarn into the back loop. Now you have 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. Grab your yarn all the way through. The back loop. For you to know you're doing it right, you have 3 loops. 1, 2, 3. Then you grab your yarn all the way through. You're welcome, Carol. Oh, say not really. They still have strong disagreements. Of course. I think that applies to every, even adults, even among friends, relationship, there's always disagreement. That's life. That's part of life. Disagreement is part of life. In any kind of relationship, there will be disagreement. Yes, come in. You all right? Yeah, I'm on live. What do you want? You can talk to me. Then now we're at the end and we make 2 chain. 1, 2. Turn your work. Grab your yarn into the back loop, the first stitch, now into the chain. Hello, Carol. It says I just don't have to play referee. Yes, you don't have to, yes. So in 5 minutes, we'll be coming to an end of this live. But do want to continue. You know what we're doing. We're just doing the same thing, going back and forth until you have enough to go round your head, like so. Or if you're doing it for someone, then the measurement of the head circumference, is it? But don't worry, I will put the sizes in the community post. So do well to check the community posts. The one I promised to put yesterday, I did put it there. So do well to check. I will always put the charts sizes in the community post. So if you have not subscribed yet, do well to subscribe. And don't forget to like this video. That's my thank you. And we'll take the stitch off. Now we're onto the single crochet, okay? So continue tomorrow. I will show you how to join it. Caesar, what do you want? That's my cat meowing. He wants to go out of the room. The door is locked. I'm busy, Caesar. I'll get to you later. So it's the last one that is always being difficult, but it's okay. Everything can be the same. So this is the last one. So I think I'll stop here for now. So all we're doing basically is just the same thing. I'll show you again. From the bottom here to the stitch marker, we're doing half double crochet. Thank you, Carol. From the bottom to this stitch marker, we're doing half double crochet. So from this stitch marker, the next 4 stitches we're doing single crochet. Then the next 4 from here to the end, we did slip stitch. Okay, so that's all. We just keep doing it till you have the length, your desired length. Okay, your desired width. That was what I would say. Okay, so it goes like that. It's gonna curve like that. It's coming up, isn't it? This is not for my size, it's for my 9-year-old. Okay, so it's coming out. So I'll keep doing it before tomorrow lesson. Do well to join me same time tomorrow, 7 p.m. Okay, so you just keep going back, forth. Remember here, you did 1 chain before you turn your work over. When you get to this bigger part, you do 2 chain before you turn your work over. So keep going until you get your desired width. All right, then you stop. Then tomorrow I'll show you how to join your hearts and add the pom-pom if you want the pom-pom. If you don't want the pom-pom, you just I'll show you how to close your work. Okay, So this is all from me tonight. Thank you. God bless. I really appreciate you all. To all my subscribers, thank you. If you're new on this channel, do well to subscribe. I've got loads coming your way, okay? After this art, we're going to be making a dress. So I'm excited. Are you? So that's it. Good night and God bless. Thank you so much. Bye.